Hey guys, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics, and welcome to the first iteration of a new show that we're hosting over here at the Fellowship of Acoustics. It's called Guitar Store Battles. The idea is that we're going to invite a guitar store with an online presence, can be from all over the globe. We're going to invite them to a matchup, and for every matchup we decide on a specific model, and it's up to each store to find their contender for that battle. And for this first episode we're more than honored to feature our acoustic friends from across the pond, Acoustic Shop from Springfield, Missouri. And together we decided that our first objective for this first guitar store battle is to find our perfect OM guitar.
By the way, we are not friendly competition. We are very mean.
This is to the death.
Yeah, this is literally to the death.
Maybe it's better that there's an ocean in between us right now, but I think we'll meet once at NAMM or something, and then we'll have a proper fight.
Does the winner get the car in the background?
Yeah, is that how that works?
Yes.
Is that up for grabs?
Yes. Maybe for our audience that don't know you guys, I think you're hard to miss on the online YouTube guitar community, but maybe you can give a sort of quick introduction of the Acoustic Shop.
Sure. Well, we've been open, I guess, 14 years now, or 13, something like that. And obviously based here in Springfield, Missouri, in, of course, the U.S., which is across a large body of water.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And we do a lot of what you guys do, except we are specifically only acoustic instruments, so no electrics, mainly because we're not smart enough to handle that. When you start putting electrics to it, we don't understand it anymore.
You guys have a whole different, power source over there. It would really be confusing.
You got a weird plug. I don't know what you guys do with all that stuff.
To keep all the Americans out, I think. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the three brothers over here.
Yeah.
We grew up playing music, and now we run a music shop, and we spend more time on YouTube, I think, than we do actually in the shop. But
yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
So yeah, I'm really glad you could join us, because let me lay the groundworks here for this video. So we're going to do a challenge, and it's about picking the best OM style guitar at the store. So I think, John, you are going to find your favorite over at the Acoustic Shop, and I think I'm going to do the same. Same for the Fellowship. So yeah, what are you looking for in a great OM? What makes a great OM to you guys?
Well, I mean, there's multiple things. I've said this forever. I'm obviously a dreadnought player. I play dreadnoughts most of the time. But OMs are kind of like the everything guitar. I love the orchestra model because if you need to hit it hard, you can. If you just need to kind of, play fingerstyle or keep something mellow, you don't need the big volume and punch. You can make that happen.
Talking OM, sometimes they get mixed up with the triple O's as well. What do you think?
I will say for myself, I know it is, and explain this to me if you guys find this to be the truth. Lately, the trend has definitely been on triple O's.
Yeah.
I find that to be happening more than the OMs. But I have to say, myself, I prefer the longer scale length, mainly because of the fact of what I just said.
As a dreadnought player.
More versatile. Yeah. I think you have more depth with that little bit more scale length to it.
More headroom as well.
More headroom, more power, and for me, the resistance of that against my pick, because I usually use a flat pick, I love having that long scale. So I'm probably going to lean in on OMs, but I think if you guys want to go with triple O's and you want to cheat like that, that's fine. We can deal with that.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck, and we'll see you at the end, and want to see what you come up with.
How difficult is transferring a license from Europe to the U.S. for a license plate? Well, out of curiosity.
Well, we'll talk about that later if you guys win. It still has the California plates in there. I just heard. So.
All right. So the Fellowship has challenged me to find the best OM here at the Acoustic Shop. Let's see what we can find. So when it comes to OMs, there's a lot of great ones, and I guess we kind of start where it all started, the OM and Martin. Martin's kind of like, if you're going to talk about OMs, there's not much better than a standard OM 28. In fact, we got one of those right here in an amber tone. I like having the large scale. Gives me a little more punch, a little bit more fullness to it. Sweet, balanced. of course, if we're gonna go in that realm for another fine guitar, why wouldn't we look at an OM 45? This ought to be the one right here. This is pretty awesome. Martin in 2025 brought back the OM 45. It actually kind of disappeared from footage, and as we all know, gorgeous East Indian rosewood, abalone everywhere, full gloss neck on this, which I'm a big fan of the gloss neck. Well done guitar, well appointed, looks beautiful, and sounds like this. Can't beat that. But if you're truly asking me, what is the best OM in the shop, that one I have for you. Last year, I talked to James Whitkiss and Dana Bourgeois about building what I considered to be the ultimate OM guitar. And they were just getting started on this, and this is the first one to be done, and we actually worked this all the way out. This is a brand new, and now is available as a package. You can actually order something similar to this. They call it the vintage or VT package, but we built the closest rebuild to a 1929 OM28, which is where it all got started. This guitar obviously is the long scale OM style scale. 1929 was where they came out first. They got switched from the bigger 1 7/8 nut width to being a 1 3/4. Went to the 25.5-inch scale. Banjo tuners instead of the offset tuners on the side. This particular guitar has T-bar packaging here. It is done in nitrocellulose lacquer. The side braces are done in fabric braces, all hide glue, torrefied top, torrefied braces. Also has a different bracing pattern, lightened up the bracing, changed the voicing just a little bit from what their standard does. So this is the closest rebuild for a bourgeois guitar in that 1929 style. Now it does have Dana's neck joint system, so it does have the bourgeois neck joint system, so it is a bolt-on, easier to maintain. But this is the most balanced and capable of anything, and that's what I think of when I think of OMs. Can it do anything? And this does it. But you can flat pick this guitar. Or gently play it. It does everything. It's the ultimate OM guitar.
thinking of maybe featuring some Collings, maybe some Thompson guitars, because I just played a OM by Thompson that was incredible as well. And then maybe a vintage Martin.
That Sunburst right over there, that actually looks really nice.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the guitars that I wanted to pick up. So this is a beautiful Sunburst Collings. This is from the new series called Hill Country. They completely renewed their bracing pattern for these guitars, so they sound and feel completely different than their normal Collings lineup. And one thing I discussed with John and Jeremy is the scale length of these guitars, because when we think of an OM guitar, mostly we're thinking about this guitar shape. But one thing that is sometimes avoided when talking about OM guitars is the actual scale length of the guitar. Because an OM does have a specific scale length. It is a longer scale length than a triple O guitar. That is the difference between the two. So with a OM, you get more tension on the strings, you get more volume, a little bit more projection, and more headroom as well. And it's different than a triple O guitar. So I'm trying to find a true OM, so also being true to the original OM scale length. This one does have that. I think this is 25.4 inch or 25.5 inch. So this one does fit. Really nice, really nice. So a lot of bottom end straight away. I can feel that. This guitar resonates a lot as well. And it still has sort of the warm and bell-like sort of attack that I know from mahogany guitars. This speaks to me as well. So this is a Santa Cruz. And I'm straight away, the first thing that I notice is this, how far the fretboard extends. Like it is a large Soundhole, maybe Tony Rice model. This is also mahogany. That is old growth mahogany, older trees. This is a second-hand one from 2021. What I like about OM guitars is the versatility. So you can really dig in, you can strum as well, also pick sort of single note lines. I do have to be honest, right now, the OM1A, I think it sounded a little bit better, right?
Yeah, I think the note separation on that was a lot clearer.
Yeah, so let's do it like this. Let's keep the OM1A at the top and then just see if we can find something that can beat it. See if we can maybe feature a Bourgeois.
There's one right up.
There's one Bourgeois over there. Unfortunately, I'm not that tall. Yeah, the DB signature. So this one is Madagascar rosewood back and sides. Yeah. Adirondack top, herringbone trim as well. Beautiful guitar. Does it beat the OM1A Hill Country though? I'm not sure. I think I like the clarity of that one more. Another room that I wanted to try out is this one. We have a few brands here. We have sort of our European builders. So we have a lot of Loudon, we have Fur here as well, and we have Atkin guitars. And that is something that I'm really interested in. I think that is an OM37. This is another Essential OM. So we're spoiled for choice. Oh, this is a triple O 37. This is an OM37 Deluxe in a shade top. Cool. So one thing that Atkin does really great is the aging on this. It's just a really subtle crackling in the lacquer that you mostly see from up close. I think I will grab a few and then we'll move over to the other room to try them out in front of a mic. Let's also grab a mahogany. So I'm thinking, what's the best planning from now on? So right now, the Hill Country OM 1A is the favorite. We have two Atkin competitors here. I think it would be fair to also pick a Martin or two. I think we have a OM45, a vintage one, that maybe would be nice to choose as well, maybe to compare. And then I do have one wild card up my sleeve because we do our sort of regular show. Every week we pick our 4 favorite new arrivals that came in, and we shot our episode this morning. And there were 2 new Thompson OMs. One was secondhand that came in, was traded in, and a new OM MA, so a mahogany OM. And the secondhand one from 2025, that one just blew my socks off. I was really, really impressed by that guitar. So I think I'm going to grab that one. So it's not in our store yet, so I don't know how fair that is, but it will be in our store in maybe a few days or something. But we can play it tough, like you guys. Acoustic shop. It's a fight to the death, like you said. So let's go. This is the one I was thinking of. An OM45 from 1988. Beautiful set of rosewood. Spruce top. A few dings and dongs here. Of course, 45 style inlay, so really bling bling. Might be a nice look next to the OM37 Deluxe.
Yeah.
So let's grab this one. Good that I found you, Koen.
Oh.
So we're doing our battle with the acoustic shop. We're trying to. They are the losers. Yeah. I tried out a Hill Country OM.
Woo.
That was Sunburst. Was really nice.
Callings.
Also calling. So.
Yeah. Hit them with a weak spot.
Yeah. Because you might not know, they don't have callings over there, and we do. My favorite colleague is here as well. Bill the dog. Hey, come see. Hey. What's your favorite OM guitar? Oh, right. Good idea. So this is the one I was talking about. Let's move over to the boutique guitar room. I think this can be a nice matchup. 2 Atkins and then a true top of the line Martin OM45 and a new Thompson OM MA. OM 1A Hill Country, still number 1. I think let's do a sort of a quick cut montage between all these guitars. Just a few chords on each one of them, and then see if there's a favorite. I think this is my favorite, the Essential. So that does confirm my taste in OMs. I don't think still it can match the Hill Country. So out of the two, maybe we can just later do a head-to-head with the Collings. A lot of bass end, again, a really full sounding bass end. More than the mahogany OMs to my ears. Do you agree?
I do agree.
Not as open as I'd expect from a OM45, but my ear just leans towards the mahogany OMs. Okay, so now the wild card.
The Thompson.
Yes. Preston Thompson from Sisters, Oregon. Just a really elegant, sort of classic and simple design. Beautiful set of mahogany on here. Adirondack spruce top. Just a little ding here on the top, and it is a second-hand one from 2025. Let's see if it still holds up, if my memory serves me correct.
It's a lot brighter.
It is brighter. It is really loud. It's really loud for an OM guitar. Might be the loudest of the bunch. Okay, so for me it's clear. This one goes head to head with the Collings for me.
I would like to hear the Collins one more time.
Yeah.
Now that we've heard this Thompson, because
Yeah. This one, it's also a feel thing with this one. It just wants to go. You don't have to give it a lot of input. It just moves. Really different. Michael?
Yeah, I've got my choice and you're holding it. Yeah, that's mine.
That's it. Like I felt this morning, this is a special guitar. And there was also a new one that was almost as good as this one. Maybe this one has been played in a little, and the other one, the exact same model. So we do get them in quite regularly, and maybe it serves them right to play them in a little bit for a year, as it seems. But this OM MA mahogany back and sides from 2025, Preston Thompson. I think this is the best OM that we have right now.
But then the biggest question is, can it beat the acoustic shop?
I think it can. Alright guys, that was it for this first episode of Guitar Store Battle. So now you've heard both choices. I think we make a really good chance. That Preston Thompson is incredible, I think. But I'm really curious to see what your opinion is. So you can decide who of us is the winner, the Fellowship of Acoustics or the acoustic shop across the pond. Please leave a comment down below. We also make a poll in the community side of our YouTube page, so please go and vote there as well. And yeah, we hope to make a lot more of these. So if you're watching other guitar stores, hit us up. We're open for a battle.
Yeah, and if you have a suggestion for who we should call to do a battle with, then please let it down.
Also comment it down below.
Yep.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to both of our channels, and I hope to see you in the next iteration. Bye.